Hey everyone, what's up? I thought I'd do a bit of an overview of something I recently acquired and got at my job. You know, throughout time, throughout the generations and decades, and the evolution of technology here and there, a lot of things that we would use daily in life change and evolve with technology. One of the most important things that we need at times is alarm clocks. We need them to wake up, of course, and get us ready. Well, I used to have an alarm clock, still have it. As a matter of fact, I will show you, hopefully with no interruptions. I have this for an alarm clock. And as you can see, it's a basic alarm clock. It's AM, FM radio. It's got volume, it's got a tuner, it's got volume. It's got the choice of radio waking you up, the buzzer on the alarm waking you up. You name it, it's common standard. And it also has a battery pack, which is pretty cool. Now, this is by Felico. This is a Felico one. Now, as great as this one works, and it still does in a sense, still works in a sense, if you will, I felt that maybe I needed to get something a little different. I felt that I needed to get something a little different. And what was ironic is the other night, I finally folded this futon down that I'm sitting on into a regular bed and laid down. Now, I had to pull the bed out I had to pull it out just a little bit just to fit it. Because of course this room is a lot smaller than what I used to have before. However, what happened is one of the plugs I had, which was an extension cord, broke. It didn't damage the outlet, thank God, but the two prongs that you plug into the outlet broke off the extension cord, so it became worthless. So I decided, you know what? I need something to charge my iPhone, on my Android phone. I need something to charge my Kindle, and of course, I need something to wake me up. And at my job and at any place, you have a variety of alarm clocks. And the one I ended up getting, in fact, I have the box right here before I show you it. The one I ended up getting was the Sharp alarm clock with power outlets and USB charge port, which is pretty cool. Now, basically, this is something that you would kind of think to yourself, well, that's kind of unique that Sharp or any company would come up with that, but does it work? And yes, it does. It does work. Now, it does say, from what I'm reading here, that it's electric powered, but it requires one cell CR2032 battery for alarm battery backup. Like just in case you want to take it on the road or something. Now, it does advise on the box that it can power an MP3 player. It can power a mobile phone. It can power a portable hard drive. It could power a digital camera, and it could power a laptop. What it does not advise you to power up is a hair dryer, a heater, or is that a dryer in itself? A regular dryer, I guess. It says, do not use with high wattage products. In other words, if I was to plug my TV in here into this thing's history, and so is the TV. Pretty much, that's what it gives you. Now, basically what this is it says charge your smartphones and power smart desk items. Now what that means basically, and that's basically what the box is right there. Basically what this is, and I read the instructions, is this is sort of a small surge protector. That's exactly what it is. It is a small surge protector. Now, you might say, well, what kind of plug does it use, Brian? You might be asking yourself, what kind of plug does it use? And you might think it might use a regular plug. In a sense, yes and no. The kind of plug that it uses is the rounded 3-prong plug. The kind that you kind of see on the back of, let's say, a washer or a dryer, but smaller. That's the kind of plug it uses. It uses the rounded 3-prong plug. Why? Because basically this thing here, well, let me turn it off for a second. Here we go. This thing here is actually these outlets make this thing part surge protector. That's what it is. It is an alarm clock that charges your USB and plugs in your device a la surge protector. And how is it part surge protector, you might ask? Right on the top. On the top here is an on and off switch. This is off and this is on. The circle is off, the minus is on, or whatever way you put it. Actually, when you press the circle down, which I think is the power, you turn it off with this thing coming up, and when you put that down, you turn the power on. So, works either way. Of course, you have your USB port, which is pretty good, and it does charge your device up very quickly. It does have a battery area right here for the cell battery. It has a cell battery right there, an area for your cell battery, so that's pretty cool. Overall, now one thing you might look at, one thing you will notice is it doesn't play radio, which is okay. You just need the little beep, beep, beep to wake you up. Overall, though, I think it's pretty good. You can see the thickness of the cord and kind of get an idea of exactly what I meant by the kind of plug or outlet plug it has. Now, the one thing I will say about this is when you plug in your device, like this, let's see, it's off right now. When you plug it in, you can choose whatever plug you want. But when you plug it in, it goes in perfectly. However, when you want to take it out, it kind of gets a little hard to do. So you got to wiggle it out a little bit to kind of get it out. You know what I'm saying? So you got to wiggle it out a little bit, and then you can take your USB plug and you could, should I do this right? There we go. You plug it in like that, and there you go. Now you could choose either way of how to use this. You could choose either way of how you want to use it. Now you could choose to use it to power your phone via a USB port, or your Kindle by USB port. And if you have an extra plug, like let's say this is my Android plug right here, AC plug for my Android phone, that is. If you have something like this, you can also plug this in. Now, do I advise maybe doing all three, using both plugs and a USB port at the same time? Maybe not, because they even show on the box, if you will, that one at a time is probably the best option to go in. Well, they don't show it on the front, but they show it on the top. That one at a time is probably the best area to go in. But overall, for about $24.79, $24.95, I can't go wrong with that. I know you're thinking, well, isn't that a little bit much? You know, shouldn't that also include radio? You would think that, but there's a reason for the pricing. See, the pricing basically is due to the fact that you're basically getting a hybrid of a surge protector with the two AC outlets, and you're getting a USB port at the same time. Basically, you're getting a three-way option on how to charge your portable devices. Now as far as the cell battery goes, I would assume that's just to keep the alarm going if you take it with you. If you do take it with you on the road. But overall, do I recommend getting something like this for an alarm clock? For yourself, maybe? Absolutely. Because like I told my mom, I plan to use the other alarm that I put in there. I plan to use that to set up in the guest room so certain nephews of mine, grandsons of hers, that spend the weekend here, get up in plenty of time, if you catch my drift. So, but yeah, do I recommend getting an alarm clock like the Sharp alarm here, the Sharp alarm clock with the power outlets and USB charger? Absolutely. Do I recommend probably getting one with radio as well? If it's got radio option, get that too. But overall, I do recommend getting one. It would be worth it in the end because, heck, you get the benefit of both worlds. You get the benefit of three worlds. You get an alarm clock to wake you up. You have a place to charge your phone or your portable device without having to use an AC outlet. And if you need to charge another device that you have to take with you, like say to work or to college, to a class at college or whatever, you also have the option of the AC plugs as well. So overall, I do recommend getting it, and that's really all I'm going to say. So till next time, guys, take care, God bless, I'm out.